Yo te miro y se me corta la respiración.
Libre, libre para expresar.
She's into superstitions, black cats and voodoo dolls.
Latin/Spanish pop is music that contains sounds or influences from Latin America, but it can also mean pop music from anywhere in the Spanish-speaking world. Latin pop usually combines upbeat Latin music with American pop music. It is commonly associated with Spanish-language pop, rock, and dance music. The music that falls under this genre contains various different styles originated from the many countries and cultures that make up Latin America. Latin pop is one of the most popular Latin music genres today. However, before the arrival of artists like Alejandro Sanz, Luis Miguel, Paulina Rubio, Shakira, Ricky Martin, Gloria Trevi, and Enrique Iglesias, Latin pop first reached a global audience through the work of Sergio Mendes in the mid-1960s. In later decades, it was defined by the romantic ballads that legendary artists such as Julio Iglesias or Robert Carlos produced in the 1970s. Most Latin pop music is heavily influenced by American pop and therefore uses many of the same instruments. The voice is typically most prominent, but many other instruments including guitars, bass, drums, and keyboard are present. Latin pop became the most popular form of Latin music in the United States during the 90s and 80s.
Selena Quintanilla was born in Lake Jackson, Texas, on April 16, 1971. As a child, Selena's singing inspired her father to create a family band.
The band Selena y Los Dinos started when Selena was just 9 years old. The dad would make them perform at the family's restaurant called Papagayos in Lake Jackson, Texas. But when that restaurant closed, they moved to Corpus Christi and the band would perform in street corners, weddings, carnivals, wherever the band was received.
Although her first language was English, Selena learned to sing Spanish phonetically and performed Tejano music with her family all across Texas.
Tejano music literally means Tex-Mex.
She had the look, she had the sound, she had the chops.
And he goes, I don't know what's going on with you and Selena, but it stops right now. And I said, okay. She was the American dream, man.
She could really, really control the crowd. And not too many artists can grab the audience.
You know, there's certain people in this world that just have that little it that just attracts you to them. She had that.
Was the experience, you know, the people, the energy the crowd had, and the way she you know, had everybody like this. You know what I mean?
So Selena was able to bring out everything in that song where it would reach the person's heart.
Selena's story is like a great and sad story, because when you're a Latin artist and really know everything that she achieved when she was in her career, I mean, it motivates you. She motivates me. You know, it's like, oh my God, you know, she's great and she's gonna conquer the world. Then all of a sudden, her death impact the whole world. And I was like, man, she just caught it.
I did actually meet Selena in the Galleria Mall in Houston, but I didn't say much to Selena because I wasn't a celebrity and I just saw her and said hello and kept it moving. Definitely growing up in Texas, I heard her on the radio, and I think listening to her album, even though I didn't know exactly what she was saying, it helped me in the studio with my pronunciation. She is a legend, and I admire her, and she was so talented. So I'm very happy that even though she didn't know who I was, I still am so excited that I got that opportunity.
I think that the fact that she didn't try to be anything that she wasn't, she didn't try to be somebody else to become a star, she didn't put on an act. Selena was who she was. She was a natural performer. She wasn't choreographed or had dance lessons. Selena, from the age of 7, got on stage and sang. That's what she did.
I want to become a singer, be famous like Selena, and be liked by other people. No me queda más que perderme en un abismo de tristeza y lágrimas. No me queda más.
Si tu regreso hoy sería una imposibilidad, y esto que no era amor.
As not only as an entertainer, but as a person who cared a lot, and I gave the best that I could, and I tried to be the best role model that I possibly could, and the best person that I could.
She was a real good role model for everybody.
She's coming to a hood near you, taking shots of tequila with you. Yeah, she's a superstar, but she goes so hard, go Jenny. And everybody knows her name, but no, she will never ever change. Yeah, she's a superstar, and we can never get enough. We all love Jenny, oh Jenny.
Familiar with her. I mean, we know she was a businesswoman, and she seemed like a pretty tough woman, and a mother and a grandmother. Who was she?
She personified, Brooke, the American dream to the Latino community, and especially to Mexican women, because she showed that even if you had hard beginnings, like she did and her family did, even if you had a humble life, because she did not come from money, you were able to become powerful like she did in this country. She was a mother in high school before she was 17 years old.
Right.
Her mother crossed the border illegally while she was pregnant of Jenny. So when she was born in Long Beach, California, she had no money whatsoever. She worked on the streets, selling CDs, selling flowers, and none of this was an obstacle for her to become a successful entrepreneur. She was also, something that's very important to talk about, her style of music, the first female banda singer that was a style of music at the time that was mostly dominated by male.
What is it? Banda, norteño,
Exactly.
grupo, so all of these, it's all men.
It's all men. So she was the first female voice to express what women were thinking at the time. When you were listening to male songs, they were always about women, about drinking, or about, at the time, banda music is more about drug trafficking chronicles. But she was talking about domestic violence. She was talking about being poor, being a single mother. She was talking about how hard it is to be a Hispanic woman in this country.
Si se echan unos tequilas, soy una dama divina. No me parezco a Shakira, no tengo nada de la Nine. No tengo nada de Beyoncé, tampoco de la bella Maribel. No tengo aires de la doña y con Thalía nada que ver. No tengo boobies de Titanic ni las pompas de la J-Lo. No soy mamá un suculento, no presumo de buen cuerpo. Si se echan unos tequilas, soy una dama divina, dama divina.
Absolutely. And you also get compared to the Kardashians. What is that like for you?
I hope I'm Scott.
I don't mind. I think they're a successful family. You know, I admire that. They're very united. They have their issues, like us. You know, I think what sets us apart is that really we're the only Latino reality show on right now. You know, and we're super transparent. I don't know.
I love the fact
that to see more curvy women on television.
Yes.
What do you hope that your show reveals to young women, the messages that you can give to them?
To embrace their bodies first and foremost.
For me, that's always been a struggle for me, you know, growing up and my mom being in the limelight, and I always, in my mind, thought I have to look a certain way. I'm 27 years old and I'm barely learning to love my body. I can't really give advice because I'm still going through the process, but what has helped me is realizing God has placed things in me that is much more than what I look on the outside. I have so much more to give than just my body.
Absolutely.
Well, you're beautiful.
And especially in this generation, my generation, I'm 19, and it's finally gotten to the point where it's like, being curvy is fine. It took so long to get to this point, and people still have problems with it, but it's learning, you know, to just embrace yourself. I have my sisters. My sister has a big butt. You know, we got curves, you know, especially my mom. My mom, you know, she's helped, and she was an advocate for curvy women, and I think that's helped us.
Yeah, I love it.
Wow.
I love it.
Wasted days and wasted nights. I have left for you behind. For you don't belong to me. But if she ever breaks your heart, if the teardrops ever start, yo estaré contigo cuando triste estés. It's just like heaven being here with you. You're like an angel, too good to be true. But after all, I love you, I do. Angel baby, my angel baby.
Ahora sí te vas, ya lo decidiste, no me quieres en tu vida. Y yo a la fuerza no te quiero en la mía. ¿Para qué rogar por lo poquito que me das? Que te vaya bien, vete y busca todo lo que dices que me falta. Ves a otras mujeres, no te quedes con las ganas.
Does it mean that I'm like the greatest thing in the world? What I do is I have great fans that they know it's a big deal to us and to our people. So being at the Staples Center, selling that out was awesome. But besides that, every week almost, I'm at different concerts, either in Mexico or the U.S. I'm going to Spain now, so it's kind of growing, and that feels really good. Oh yeah, check me out. Yeah.
In July 2015, we dedicated a park to the memory of my mother, Jenny Rivera, for the enjoyment of her fans and the residents in the communities in and around the city of Long Beach. Together with the city of Long Beach and Kaboom, we are working on constructing a playground for children at the Jenny Rivera Memorial Park by 2017-2018 year. We encourage the community of Long Beach and the fans to stay in touch with us, as we will be asking for your input on the design for the new playground at the Jenny Rivera Memorial Park. Also, we welcome the families of the community to stop by the park and enjoy the beautiful murals